This is a video I've been waiting to do for years. You guys possibly have been following me for the 2-3 years that we were tracking me going through Accutane, changing my diet, trying all these different medications and stuff to get rid of my acne. Got rid of it finally. Now we're finally going to deal with the scars that are left over. So this morning I took a clip of me under an overhead lighting. That way you can see the scars in their full effect. That's when they're the worst, is when you have a light right over your head. So this is exactly what my face is looking like before this. And this video was recorded yesterday, so you will not be able to see the after of my skin looking smoother, but you're gonna see my face all bloodied up. We're here in Avalon Laser in La Jolla, and we're about to go in there. We're gonna talk to Dr. Tiragari. He's gonna walk you guys through it, then you guys can see me taking the actual surgery, getting the procedure. I'm excited, let's get started.
I'm Dr. Reza Tiragari. I'm the medical director and the founder of Avalon Laser. We're a medical spa with offices in downtown San Diego and in Carlsbad, and we specialize in making people look better. And I understand that our good friend Brian is going to have some questions for me, which I'm going to be happy to answer for you guys today as well. DermaPen is a microneedling device. It's the first of its kind, it's one of the best of its kind, and it basically works by using a microneedle system where there's about an array of needles which go into the skin at about 3,000 RPM. Basically, you have a series of titanium needles that enter the skin at predetermined depths. We can adjust this on the fly during the treatment. So for a large meatier area, for example, on the body or on the cheek, if we're treating the face, we can go deeper and we can target much deeper scars this way. For narrower skin areas such as on the nose, we can adjust the needle depth so it doesn't necessarily go as far, so we can get the exact same results on different body areas and magnify the results as much as possible. We are applying a combination of different anesthetics. Some are going to be much more rapid acting and some are going to be much more longer acting. This is a proprietary cream that is developed for us and for us only. And what it tends to do is give people the best of both worlds.
Okay, so now we've been sitting here for about 15 minutes with the numbing cream on my face, and I can feel it, like my whole face. It kind of feels like, you know, when you take pre-workout with a lot of beta-alanine and you start feeling your delts and your biceps and skin start crawling with like a little bit of like little pinpricks. That's what I'm feeling on my face. So I'm pretty sure it's super numb. If I had the ability to do it right now, I'd slap my face whoosh, and test it out, but it probably shouldn't touch it. My lips are super numb. We just took all the numbing cream off my face, and now I believe we are ready to get started. I'm nervous, but pretty excited.
Let's feel the vibration a little bit.
Back in the days when many practitioners were working out the best treatment, what we had to do was choose between downtime versus results. Part of the issues with lasers is that in order to get to the depths necessary to cause that controlled injury, there's also a risk of causing complications or increasing downtime or increasing the risk of sun damage. Now, let me start with the sun damage. In Southern California, where the sun is pretty much ubiquitous, when you are out in the sun, there's always a risk after laser treatments that any exposure to the sun can cause additional skin harm. The skin is very vulnerable after laser treatments, and because that process of recovery can be impeded by UV radiation, there's always the risk that after any laser treatment, any exposure to sun, which is very difficult to avoid in Southern California, can cause complications such as burns, such as scarring, such as hyperpigmentation, which is very common, especially in people of color. DermaPen avoids many of those things. Instead of doing one aggressive laser treatment and trying to get to the depth necessary to cause the skin changes that will cause the skin to remodel and repair itself and fix the scars, DermaPen breaks it down into bite-sized chunks. So by doing it at a predetermined interval, most commonly 1 month apart, the DermaPen system allows us to go and treat the scar in smaller bite-sized chunks, which will A, reduce the complications, and B, reduce the downtime. So people can go about their normal activities and not take a full week or two off away from their normal activities that would be required with a, for example, laser treatment.
You doing okay?
We are okay. It hurts a little bit, but it's not that bad. It kind of feels like if your skin was getting pinched by like a shaver, if you're using a beard shaver.
Many people who get the DermaPen treatments tend to be younger, active, healthy people who may have had acne younger in life, and understandably they want to go back to their normal activities, including working out. One other advantage of DermaPen compared to many laser treatments is because the treatments are in smaller bite-sized chunks, and because the degree of inflammation is much more controlled and precise, you don't have the prolonged inflammation and swelling that occurs with laser treatments. following which any kind of sweating or activity can really irritate the skin. After DermaPen treatments, we find that people can go back to activities such as working out, swimming, running, within a matter of only a few days. In some cases, I would even recommend only maybe 2 days if they're doing a laser DermaPen treatment, as opposed to a laser, which may have them out of commission for even a week or 2 afterwards. Sweating can oftentimes irritate the skin. Even with the best controlled protection, it's very difficult to avoid the skin from enduring the effects of sweat and, of course, redness and inflammation, which can compound the inflammation that we're trying to induce that causes healing. For the reasons that we talked about, DermaPen we found is much better tolerated, especially in younger athletic people who want to get rid of acne scars safely, effectively, with a minimum downtime. How are we doing with that?
This one's a little bit more painful, but still good.
All this inflammation is causing the skin to now repair, renew, and tighten and fix those scars. Now it's important to note that the degree of scars is what's going to determine the number of treatments that are required. The more aggressively somebody has scarred, the more number of treatments it's going to take. And that's going to vary from person to person. But looking at Brian right now, he looks like he just got a little extra time in the tanning bed for all intents and purposes.
My face is super hot, which is making me really hot, which is making my armpits sweat, which is sweet. So when you guys get this treatment done, you're not crying. It's just your eyes wide. That's what you gotta tell everyone.
In this case, I think after a couple days, Brian could pretty much be back in the gym doing pretty much any exercise. Importantly, you want to avoid steam rooms and saunas and all those things which can also cause additional inflammation that can actually do more harm than good.
What was your last workout?
It was this morning.
What was it? What did you choose?
I hit chest and triceps, man. And
That's what I would do.
I forced a little overhead movement in there and it didn't hurt too bad, man. It wasn't bad.
Well, Brian is going to be a fantastic patient. We love having him here, and I think we're going to really have a good time treating him and seeing his results. I think you're going to find over time with a series of treatments, which may vary from person to person, the DermaPen treatment is going to give fantastic results. And I'm really excited to see how things go for Brian.
All right, we just got out of the surgery. This is what my face is looking like. You can see it's almost like a tan line of exactly where she went to and where she did not go to. It's crazy. It looks like I have raccoon eyes, like I've been out in the sun for too long. But that's what it's looking like. I feel so weird. My whole face is numb, like I just got out of the dentist, but like they missed my mouth entirely and just spread it all over my face. It felt just weird as hell getting that, and because I've never gotten any sort of cosmetic surgery or anything like that, so it was just weird to be in an office. It felt like I was in Dr. 90210, but I feel great. Like, I feel like this is gonna be good for me. It wasn't too bad. It was a little bit painful, you know? I wanna update you guys on the pain. Like, for the most part, because of the numbing, it was mostly just vibration and then just like a little bit of like, if like a beard trimmer, you know, if you're using a beard trimmer, kind of nipped you a little bit. That's kind of what it felt like over and over and over and over. But there were certain parts on my face where she didn't quite hit the numbing, like right around the back of my chin here. And when she hit those spots with the needles, because it wasn't numb, I could kind of feel what it truly was supposed to feel like without any numbing. And it's pretty painful, man. It's pretty much exactly like getting a tattoo on your face. That was amazing. So here's what I'm looking like afterwards. I got a big tomato face. I can't show you guys what it looked like multiple days yet afterwards, but we'll do multiple episodes on this, so make sure you keep in tune. But now I'm just gonna follow myself along for the next couple hours and explain to you how I'm feeling and what's going on today. So before we get to the car, LP has Pokemon Go out, and he says there's a Pokemon over there. So we're gonna go get the Pokemon for him before we go home.
I really don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a Pokemon or what it is.
Is it that box right there?
It's that box right there.
This is so random, I love this. So LP just got his item. I guess he got a module. I don't really know how any of this stuff works yet, but it's funny how many people probably stopped at this electric box in front of this restaurant down in San Diego. All right, let's go home. I do need to eat really bad. But first, I'm gonna Snapchat a bunch of funny tomato face Snapchats, so that's gonna be really funny seeing all the replies. All right, 217, Obese to Beast, Taz, both of them just texted me. But what I'm going on, what I'm doing right now is I'm making a little bit of lunch. So what I have is a half spaghetti squash cut right in half, and I cook this for 7 minutes in the microwave. And if you've never seen spaghetti squash before, basically once you cook it, you can just use a fork and kind of slap it down like this. And what happens, I'm only doing it with one hand, so it's hard, but what happens is you get kind of like noodles, and they're super low in calories, high in fiber, so it's a dope way to get like a low calorie, high volume meal in. And that is gonna be the spaghetti noodle base, and then this is gonna be like the dish itself. So what I got here is a bunch of spinach on top. I got textured vegetable or soy protein, so I have a half cup of that. If you guys haven't looked into that yet, you should look into that. It's dope, high protein. Then I got an onion that I cut in half. I have a yellow bell pepper and I have some mushrooms, and this is going to be mixed with a little tomato sauce, and then all of it's gonna go in this bowl. So let's see what it looks like right now. And that is what we are looking like. Got the little yellow noodles right there with the red. This actually looks really aesthetic. It looks like a chunky Italian sauce or whatever. So what I'm doing is I'm putting on a little nutritional flakes. I use these kind of like my Parmesan cheese, like a little topping. But what nutritional yeast does is it adds B12, protein, and fiber. It is a superfood, if you want to use that term. But yeah, so here's my lunch. I'm super stoked about it. Here's my current situation. I've got this big ass fan, and I've got this cute little girl's mini fan right here, both pointing at me while I'm editing this video so I don't sweat. This is what I'm looking like about 3 hours afterwards. I've been editing the video since right after I got home. My face is still, it stings in a way. It feels like a sunburn. It feels like a bad sunburn that's just kind of like has that heat thing going on with it. And after I turn the fan off, I'm starting to already sweat again, but that's what we're looking like. Anyways, my friends, I was so amped to bring you guys on this journey with me. I was so amped to just get it done because you guys know it's been a very long time coming. I've been going through this whole series of dealing with acne, getting it cleared up, and then all the semantics of actually like finding out how to get the surgery like scheduled and videotaped and everything. And now it's finally done. We've gone through the first treatment. I'm going through 3 treatments. I will be updating you guys with each treatment, so make sure you subscribe so that you can see the updates with how my face looks, the before, the afters with the acne scar surgery, and just general tips and other things that come along with the surgery and other acne videos that I come out with. But that brings us to the end of this video. A huge thank you to Dr. Tirgari for allowing me to bring the camera in and actually taking the time out of his day to make sure he was there for the procedure so he could like give you all that extra information and talk to you guys. I hope there was a lot of questions answered for you. I hope you kind of have a better, more clear idea of what the DermaPen is and whether or not it's the right thing for you. Make sure that you guys follow me on Snapchat, Brian Turner. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Thick Solid Tight. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you thought below. And subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Team Beyond the Week. CT.
Lift heavy or die, MIRIN.
Team Beyond the Week.
CT. Lift heavy